Hey, welcome to Theologically Fit. I'm Gary Younger, and today we're going to be talking about protein, protein powders, I should say. It is a supplement. It is not the main source for your nutrition, but again, it's just something more of a convenience factor as far as powders go than it is a need. So if you're losing weight or trying to gain muscle, you don't necessarily need protein powders, but it's more of a convenience factor for the amount of protein that you're going to need. Most of us, as far as the American diet, do not get enough protein. Depending on you, male or female, for the most part, I'm talking to men here. Women, you're just going to adjust it just a little bit less for some of the numbers we'll talk about in just a second here. But in general, you're going to be looking at 1 gram of protein to your ideal body weight. So if you're trying to go up, say you're at 200 and you want to be 210, you're going to want to do 1 gram per the 210 pounds, so 210 grams of protein powder. If you want to go down, say you're at 200 and you want to be 150, then you're ultimately going to bring it down to 150 grams per day. This is per day. So and that's if you're active. That's an average for people who are active. If you've got a job where you don't do a whole lot of moving around and you don't do a whole lot of moving around after the job, then you're pretty much considered inactive for the most part. So you're going to do like say 0.75 per gram per pound of body weight that you want to be at. So if you're just doing weight loss or weight gain through nutrition alone, then that's what you're going to be doing as far as going down-wise if you're inactive. So if you're inactive and you're trying to gain weight, there's probably a medical issue going on there anyway. But so if you are really active, say you're a bodybuilder or you're some type of an athlete, then you're going to go even higher than 1 gram per body weight. You're going to be at 1.5, possibly 2, depending on which scientific study you read and want to follow. But in the overall, that's pretty much where you're going to be at. So if you can get it all from raw food sources, then go for it. If not, if you're like the rest of us and just can't stomach eating that much food sometimes, then the powders are a basic supplement. They're not needed. Okay, so don't take this as you need to go out and buy protein powders to accomplish your goals. So there is different types of protein. You've got your plant-based, you've got your land animal-based, and then you've also got protein from fish and seafood, that type of stuff. So no, you don't see too many seafood-based protein powders, but I'm sure somebody will come up with something on that. Most of it's going to be animal-based, but people are getting into plant-based, and then there's also egg-based as well. So the basic, so like a casein or a whey protein, mostly from animals, land animals, generally going to be some type of cow, generally. It's that's touted as being the best type of protein, and there's different levels of that as well, and we'll get into it in just a second. But just to make sure we cover all the bases, so you don't, if you're a vegetarian, you don't have to drink, you don't have to go out there and suffer through getting animal-based proteins. So there is egg-based if you're a vegetarian, but if you're a vegan, you've got entirely plant-based, everything from pea and hemp. We got brown rice. We got some other options out there for you there's no animal byproducts in there at all. So there's those options for you. So for me, I do a mixture of plant-based and whey. I'll show you here in just a second here, but there's 3 levels of whey proteins that are out there that basically, let me make sure I got my notes here. So you got basically it's whey protein concentrate, and then you've got whey protein isolate, and then you've got whey protein hydrolysate. I don't know. I don't use that one, so I'm not too familiar with it. But that's the basic 3 levels of whey proteins that we've got out there, and the only difference is how refined is it. Basically, is what it is. Well, you've got some different levels, so choose your level of what you want. Basically, just go read the label. at the store. I will provide some links for you in just a second here. But just go read the levels, and you can get into all that later. Plus, there's plenty of stuff on Google, plenty of stuff on YouTube. You can ask your nutritionist as well. But basically, it's how much like fats and carbs are still in there. It's a little bit better. There's not as many fats and carbs, and then those are like no fats and very little carbs. It's all really refined, and it's right down to the protein. So that's all you're really looking at there. Different brands, yeah, you can. You don't have to go for the name brands. You can do the store bought stuff or the store brand. So I think Walmart does their own version. I'm not sure, or at least they sell a relatively cheap version. Me, I don't do that. I will show you what I do here, but you don't have to spend the $50 in some cases on some of these things to get the best. Now, the stuff that's going to be store brand is more than likely not going to be as well produced, we'll say, but the name brands are. So, and I will give you a warning on some of these brands. There is a lot of shenanigans that go on in there, so make sure to look at the labels, see if there's been third-party lab tested, that type of stuff, because you don't want to be, getting your stuff from some foreign country that doesn't mind putting sawdust in their product. So just make sure that at least somebody else other than the actual manufacturer has tested it. So that'll help you out as well. All right, so for me, I do a mixture of plant-based and then isolate from one particular brand. I like their style. I like their flavors. They're all pretty much the same thing. You got chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon bun. I think Quest does like everything under the sun for flavoring wise. But for me, there's some brands out there that are perfectly fine. I just don't like the way they formulate or taste when you're swallowing that stuff. All right, so for me, I like this particular brand called Kaged Muscle. Let's see here. Get it in here. So get the name on there. So yeah, Kaged Muscle. So this is whey protein isolate, and I like this particular stuff a whole lot better than some of the other things that I've been doing. I like the way that the way it breaks down in water. I like the way that it tastes. I like the texture, I guess. And I got some pretty good results. I've tried other brands, but this one, once I got onto this after about 30 days using this particular brand, I could definitely feel something was changing as far as my protein synthesis, if you really want to get geeky into all this. So, but anyway, I like this particular stuff. It's got 25 grams. It's got very little fats, very little carbs in there, and it absorbs really fast. So, flavor is really good. I think this is like 30. This is a 2-pound thing. This is about $39, $40 for just that. You can get cheaper versions. That's fine. They pretty much they come in large and then they come in larger. So you're going to be doing that. So with that, I take that. I don't take it every day, but I do take it pretty frequently. And then I like this particular. This is also Kaged Muscle as well. So we'll tilt this. So this is this is vegan. So it has got no animal byproducts in there. Now it's got the same amount of protein in there. It's just different. It's all plant-based. So I mix that up, and that's partly for some of the cholesterol. Since I do eat meat and whatnot, I do get a good amount of cholesterol coming into my system. So you'll get some cholesterol if you're doing an animal-based protein. You will get that. So that's one way that I help avoid taking too much cholesterol. And then again, for me, if you want to go look at my 100-pound, how I lost 120-pound video, I talk a little bit about my cholesterol and how it's gone down. And it's getting lower. I'm gonna get it tested soon. But anyway, so if you don't mind the cholesterol and whatnot, then you can do the whey, any version of the whey. If you're trying to avoid animal products altogether, then the Plantein, I think, is a really good protein for you. Again, highly recommend it. I'll put some links down in there for you, and you can go take a peek at that. It's a nice company. I really they don't pay me. I'm not endorsed or anything like that. I do have some affiliate links that I'll put in there, but other than that, they don't know who I am. But anyway, I like their style. Chris Gethin, I think, is the the name. Maybe I'll link to his YouTube site and company. But I like their thinking. I like the fact that they do. Let's see, where's it at on here? So you can see it in there that they do third-party testing. Trying to think of where it's all at in there. So maybe we'll just rotate it around here. So they do some of those, see all those logos and whatnot. That basically they're telling you that they've had it third-party tested, that type of stuff. So anyway, great company. I like them. Even bought their shaker bottles. So anyway, appreciate it. If you guys got any questions, give me a shout out down below in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you.